Okay, and then I was watching somebody, and this was a few weeks ago, and this was before I organized my charts. And I was thinking I wasn't thinking that I wasn't going to have any new starts because I'm really planning, other than anything free, I'm really planning not to buy any new charts for a while. But so this was several weeks ago, and I don't remember who I was watching, but she was working on Rampant Cats Sampler by Barbara Anna. And again, I don't have the picture of it, but it's a kind of it's a Barbara Anna. It's kind of a sampler. It has the two people at the bottom with the tree. They're not Adam and Evie people, but there are two people at the bottom, and there's funny little cats everywhere, and it's horribly cute. I mean, just horribly cute. And I couldn't resist, and so I got to start on it. I think I started in the middle. And I mean, it's just the tiniest of starts on this fabric, which I think I have the label. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, maybe I don't. I really thought I had the label in here, but no. No, but it's something cool that I either ordered it from Teresa or from Stephanie at Wendy Stitches, I'm pretty sure. Okay, stitching through the years. I don't know how many of you, I don't know how I found her, but Alba Stitcher, and I can't think of what her name is. Alba is her cat, but she was in the Netherlands and now has moved back to Scotland, where she's from originally. And she just, as a young lady, beautiful girl, and does gorgeous stitching. And she showed this, and I went and downloaded it right off the bat. It's from Stitches Through the Years, and it's called Feed Your Soul. And it's a sampler, as you can see, and I am doing this on, hey, I know what it is, 16 count fog. Picture this plus, and I'm almost positive this came from Teresa. And so I didn't have any of that called for. It was all DMC, charted in DMC, and so I didn't have any of the called for, and I just started pulling threads that I thought would work, and I started stitching it, and I stitched that much of it, the border and that first little beginnings of a flower, and I thought this looks nothing like the soft colors that are in this. And so nope. And so we went to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and got the threads, and they were actually out of quite a few threads, but you know, threads are hard to get right now. It's the first time I've ever gone to Hobby Lobby and had them be out of threads. But I mean, I get it. It's hard for everyone to get threads. So I just flipped it around and started it. I'll have to take this out eventually. Started it on the other corner with the called for threads. And they're brown. I mean, you would think a vine would be green, but they're brown, but it's like kind of like browns and pinks, and they're just beautiful colors. I just absolutely love the colors. I don't even have these on but they're kind of an orangey, peachy, brown, tan, pink. Oh, just beautiful. And I think they'll be gorgeous on this. So I would like to get back to that. I haven't worked on that in days, because I've kind of been on a thing of let's get Valentine done. And I kind of feel like, you know, and I do this a lot. I have a couple of birthday gifts that I'm working on that I won't show you. And then I have Valentine, and yeah. Okay, on Inauguration Wednesday, and I think I said that word funny, so I'm not going to say it again. I wanted to do something patriotic, and so I pulled Black Branch Needlework, Mount Vernon. This is an antique sampler reproduction. Oh, this is called Our Founding Father, and so it's George and Martha and Mount Vernon, and George says, I'd rather be at Mount Vernon with a friend or two about me. And that's kind of how I feel about my house. Like, if I could be anywhere in the world, I would like to be at my house with a couple of friends, or 4 or 5 or 10 or something. So I started it while I was watching the inauguration, which was so cool and so fun. And the young lady, the young poet laureate, was she not amazing? I just, so inspirational. So I started it, and I got quite a bit, you know, going on the house, and I wasn't loving it. I'm doing this with MPI silks. It only calls for 3 colors, red, black, and blue, and white, 4 colors. And I decided, and I don't know if I have what this is. Oh, I do. This is done on a piece of pearled barley, um, 32 count pulled barley. So I went, okay, 32 count, 2 threads. Well, then I decided I was going to try to do George with 1 thread and see how that looked. It's pretty tiny. And I really liked that. So then I sent Colleen a picture and I said, what do you think, 1 thread or 2? And she said, definitely 1. So I think I'm going to pull all of that out and redo it in 1 thread, because the 2 just seems really crowded, really crunched up and crowded. But other than that, I love it, and the silks are awesome to deal with, and doing it with 1 thread is going to be lovely. So that'll be nice. Would like to get back to that as well. I also pulled, and never worked on it, but I also pulled this because I've already done this. I did this last summer and I wanted to do this, and so I thought this would be really fun for Inauguration Wednesday. And but I never got to it. I spent the whole day working on Mount Vernon and weeping, being very teary-eyed all day. I thought it was very emotional for me. So, but I have the fabric in there. I have all the threads. Yeah, but I never, because I want to, what I would like to do, I have this bad habit of working on projects in the season and then not getting them done for the season, and then the season passes and there you are. And so I thought, this is the time of year that I need to be doing, Independence Day, 4th of July, patriotic stuff. Okay, I signed up months and months and months ago to do Crazy Annie Stitching's Let's Go Sledding 2021 Ornament Series. And so what it is and I don't have the sleds here, I've put them away, but it is it 20? It's 3, I don't know. It's a lot. It's 3 patterns a month. And I signed up to get all the sleds and all the patterns. And so you get 3 patterns a month, and I'm looking for this month's pattern. And the patterns are lovely. They're nice and big, just gorgeous. And these are the first 3 that came. So the tree, the snowman, and the little house. And I started on the little house, and the phone rang, and I set it down. Oh, you can't really see it, but guess who got to it? Luckily, I got it from her, needle and all, and little teeth marks up here. But anyway, I got to start on the little house, and this just took, no time at all. So my hope and my plan is to do 3 of those a month, and then those will probably be the kids' Christmas ornaments next year. The kids and maybe lots of other people too. Okay, I was watching Pam and Steph. This was also a few weeks ago. And they have the thing with Twin Peak Primitives where they have a featured chart of the month or chart of the week or however it works. And if you order it that week, the week of their video, you get 15% off or 20% off or something. And Twin Peak has a lot of charts, and I love them all, but I typically don't even go look because I just, I see it on their video, but it's tiny, and that is Baxter's favorite toy. I keep taking it and hiding it in the toy box, and he keeps finding it. Anyway, this pattern is called Blue Carpenter Bees. This is not a great picture because it's printed from I bought the PDF and it's printed from my computer. I had never heard of Blue Carpenter Bees, and Steph said it's a real thing, and so I looked them up, and Blue Carpenter Bees are a very real thing. And I thought this was amazing. I don't know what it is. I think everything about this is so cool. It calls for a lot. Well, I don't have them all on thread drops, but it's a lot of thread. Not totally my colors, but I think it'll be really super cool. So I got a bit of a start. I'm doing this on 16 count. This is this is another one I'm doing on Ada. This is 16 count tarnish. Picture This Plus, I'm pretty sure from Teresa. And it's kind of a blue fabric, which I thought, how perfect is that for Blue Carpenter Bee? And so, oh, I have this rolled up. So I got, let me unroll it. I got a bit of a start on it. Well, a pretty good start. I mean, this is several hours of stitching, and this pattern is fun. This is one of those patterns, it's really hard to put this down. But lots of colors and lots of color changes. This fabric is gigantuous. So I got to start on the bee, and he's so cool, but a lot of different colors, a lot of different color changes. And then I came over here, did the goose, and then got to start on the windmill and the little house so it's just, but I started in the middle on top. But look at that border. That border is crazy cool. And then the little beekeeper lady and these roses and these flowers, and I love that. Yeah, so, I don't know, I want to work on this too. There's just too many, there are too many things. There's too much stitchy goodness. I guess it's not a bad thing, but it's a little bit overwhelming. I think that's the thing about having so many projects is, I go through these phases where I'm like, buy all the projects. It's okay. It's my hobby. I don't spend money on clothes and shoes and purses and that kind of stuff. And yet, then I go through phases of being like, I'm so overwhelmed. Okay, I won this at the Midwest Retreat at the Midwest Retreat 2 years ago. So the one that was in Minnesota, the fall retreat in Minnesota. I won it as part of the giveaway, the raffle or the giveaway or whatever. And it is an original design by Teresa Vignette, Shakespeare's Peddler, for Jen Reagan, who's Jen's stitching niche. And it's this, Jen and her husband are beekeepers, and they have a lot of purple martins. They live on a farm, and this was done kind of in honor of Jen's purple martin aviary. And so I won it. The fabric, the thread, I think the thread, maybe it was just the fabric and the pattern. And the fabric that it was on was black. Well, you can see that it's on black, and I couldn't. And I wonder if I wouldn't have been able to. I don't know, I rehomed that black linen. But I dyed a piece, or I had a piece of this very dark purplish. And I restarted it on this, and it's going along just fine. And it's so pretty. I absolutely love it. So this is 40 count. It's pretty tiny. It is dark. I have to stitch it in the day. But I would really like to get this done. I absolutely love this pattern, and I just, I'm stitching it. I'm thinking about Jen and thinking about Teresa, and I love when you can work on projects and be thinking about, stitching friends. It's so cool.